let's talk Powerpuff Girls. I mean, the only reason why I actually became interested in this is because this is actually something I'm quite furious about. This all started, back when Disney started rebooting all of their cartoons, which were incredibly successful and amazing, great content. But for some reason, they felt the need to reboot everything into live action. And some things worked, some things, most of them didn't, I would say. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but like, I keep hearing about more and more of their really great cartoons that, if they're not broke, don't fix them.
I
Why
agree.
would you turn them into live action to
I
be
think
ultimately a CG mess?
personally, I think you shouldn't. I think you should come up with new concepts in general. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Give new content to come out with, because it's just like we were talking about with Pokemon. The fans who are diehard fans are never going to be satisfied with what it is. You know what I mean? They did the same thing with Teen Titans. When they made Teen Titans Go, and I thought that was absolutely just a joke. Like, come
Well,
on, like.
the Titans live action series on DC Universe Online, it is a little different. It's a super gritty,
That's different. That's full on
super
different.
gritty,
Yeah,
like
that feels
almost
like a
too
separate
gritty.
adaptation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so like, but that's also the way that the CW and just like Warner Brothers is going with their adaptations, which
They
makes
tend to take them and make them dark.
Yes. So CW has ordered a pilot for, the Cartoon Network property Powerpuff Girls to be made into a live action TV series. So the animated series was great. It was around my era, 1998 to 2005. They released a Pokemon Girls movie in 2002. They rebooted recently the animated series to be kind of more like the Pokemon Go type cartoons on the Cartoon Network. But apparently, here is the synopsis. The new series sees the pint-sized superheroes as disillusioned 20-somethings who resent having lost their childhood to fighting crime. Will they agree to reunite now that the world needs them more than ever? Like, already the premise kind of gives you that. They're going to be dark, depressed teenagers,
of course,
or
yeah,
early 20s, But the cast, and this is where Adam, the intrigue and the interest comes in, right? So Chloe Bennett from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will be Blossom. Dove Cameron from Disney's Descendants will be Bubbles. And Yana Peralt, hopefully I'm pronouncing her name wrong, don't cancel me, YouTube, who is relatively unknown, will be Buttercup. So Adam, please explain how you know Dove Cameron from Disney's Descendants, who will be...
I'm looking up her IMDb right now, but I was on a lot of Disney shows as a kid growing up.
What?
I did a lot of so
tune in next week for Adam's Disney shows.
No, please don't look them up. Please don't look them up. It's embarrassing stuff. I'm looking on it right here. Where is it? So anyway, I grew up in the scene where I was playing lots of like these pop shows, and so I rubbed elbows with like Cameron Dallas and Nash Greer, if you remember who those guys were. They were like Vine and TikTok stars. I knew like Shawn Mendes when he was like really fucking tiny, or sorry, when he was really tiny. I knew that guy, and then there's another guy, I can't remember his name. It's like, oh, Jacob Whitesides. It's another kid. But there were like these pop star events, and I would play them with my brother. And then I was also on Disney show or Disney Channel on a couple different shows. And so I rubbed elbows with a lot of those people, saw them around, and I knew them. They recognized my face. I wouldn't say I was ever friends with these people. If I don't want to say like, oh, I totally know Dove Cameron. We text all the time. You know what I mean? But I've seen her enough times to where I know her. I'm trying to think of where it was, but like we had a conversation somewhere backstage. I don't remember if it was at the venue or if it was on set, because I was on a show called Kicking It on Disney XD. If
I've
you've ever
heard of
seen,
it.
Yeah. I was on that show for a couple episodes.
I'm
no lines.
So much about you, Adam.
No lines. I was a featured extra in one of them, and I had to walk across the screen in a wrestling unitard. And
yes, we're gonna have to go back and pull the video for that.
Episode 2. Episode 2.
There you go.
I'll
Okay,
help you out.
you made it easy for us.
You're gonna do it anyway, so I might as well save you the time.
That's awesome.
I don't think she was on that show. I'm trying to remember specifically where I knew her from. But it's just weird seeing all these kids that I rubbed elbows with growing up, you know, trying to be in the famous kid scene, and doing acting auditions and being on set and going to venues and playing shows, and seeing all these kids that I rubbed elbows with are now huge time stars. You know what I mean? Dove Cameron, I knew her when she was like 14, 15, somewhere around there, before she was like huge. And now she's on the CW as a featured role. You know, Shawn Mendes, I knew when he was just an acoustic guitar, you know, and he was big then, but nowhere near the household name that he is now, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And so it's just cool to see all these people that I've rubbed elbows with are just huge stars now. And I'm just like, it's only a matter of time before I do it, man. It's only a matter of time.
Your big break is coming, Adam.
I hope so. I mean, go ahead.
They're probably still casting Mojo Jojo, right? Like
Mojo Jojo.
Those are the big things I wanted to talk about too. Like, how is this going to play out? Do you think they're going to do that thing where they, you know, I don't know, would you say anthropomorphize them, like where they turn them from what they would have been in animated? Like him is a total like trans crab.
That's the what's that guy's name?
Isn't it him?
No, Mojo Jojo is the monkey.
Right? Or chimp.
Yeah.
Or ape.
Whatever.
Does he have a tail? I don't know.
No.
But like him, I mean, how are you is it gonna be CG, or is it gonna be like just like a dude?
Did you guys watch
representative of kind of takes on elements of the character?
Umbrella Academy? Did you see that?
No,
Yes.
I have not seen it.
Okay, so the monkey in Umbrella Academy, I forgot its name. I feel like it's going to be in the same vein as that, where it kind of looks real.
Ooh, I don't know. I mean, I don't really follow much of the CW stuff, especially like their action shows.
Oh, you're right. It's CW.
Yeah. How much money is getting thrown at this?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. They've had a lot of success with shows like The Flash, the Arrowverse shows. I think that's their flagship, even though the Arrow has ended. Most of their shows in the Arrowverse, and Supergirl being one of them that kind of was brought in from CBS, and now they have that Superman and Lois. Flash is still going strong. They have a Batwoman, and that the list goes on. They're doing Stargirl and like the Justice Society, so they're bringing on a lot of these Black Lightning, DC projects.
Sure.
So I think they are starting to invest more in these projects.
Yeah, they're gonna start throwing money at it.
Yeah. So how have they approached characters that are maybe not just like full on humanoid figures, or like think of powers in general? Like how have they addressed high effect characters in shows they've been doing in the last few years?
I've been surprised. It depends. On The Flash, they take a lot more liberties in fantasy. Like they really do. Like King Shark comes out, which is, you know, a half shark humanoid, and he fights Gorilla Grodd, who is a straight up talking gorilla. Well,
Sick.
He is a psychic gorilla, so he speaks through his mind.
It's freaking tight, dude.
So, and they have a straight up battle, which I was like, whoa, I didn't think they would pull it off.
Yeah, that was pretty fun to watch. And you're right.
But go ahead, Louis.
Oh, I was gonna say, and it didn't look like out of place. Like it was well done. The characters there didn't look goofy, right? The shark itself was very intimidating looking, right? And then same thing with the big ape. I definitely got like Planet of the Apes vibe when I saw that fight scene. But I think it was well done. It wasn't something that like I said was cheesy, out of place. So I don't know how they did it. Hopefully, you know, they might do something like that with Mojo Jojo.
The demon crab thing, by the way, is it's just referred to as him. The name is His Infernal Majesty, otherwise simply referred to as him.
Oh, interesting.
I googled it and needed to tell you.
Oh, well, thank you, because that gives some perspective on character.
There you go.
But yeah, but then, you know, in Arrow, which I think maybe it was because of the budget, when they did Brother Blood, he was supposed to be a lot more intimidating, magical, more on the wizard side, demonic power, and they made him not that. They made him, you know, he was just a human who was kind of like more like a cult leader and not like a super powerful wizard. So I don't know. I worry because sometimes I feel like they do downplay like people who are supposed to have powers. They give them just technology to be able to have powers, or sometimes they'll downplay those kinds of things and turn them into like a human that just represents, has representative themes from that character. Because Powerpuff Girl villains they're not, just people who are
They're straight up monsters.
they're straight up
Yes,
monsters.
there's some that are worse than others. Like I'm sure we're gonna see like Princess pop up probably, and and like
That'll be easy.
the Rowdy Rough Boys.
Yeah,
Those are gonna be the ones that are gonna be very easy to swing. But then you got like what is it? Who else do we have? The Amoeba Boys.
Yeah.
Are they gonna show up?
Yeah, if you think about a lot of those characters, you're like, how are they gonna interpret them?
Maybe they just won't. Maybe they'll have like the same villain over and over again. Maybe they'll just have Mojo Jojo.
You know what? I'm kind of getting the same vibe. I think that we're probably going to see like Gangrene Gang, Rowdy Rough Boys, Princess, the more human-like characters. If at all, we could be seeing whole new villains. We could be that like they don't even live in Townsville anymore. Like this could be moved on, and then maybe save Mojo Jojo for like a finale.
Exactly. I was gonna say.
Very true.
As far as the Spider-Man movies go, how many Spider-Man villains are there, and how many have we actually seen real adaptations for? You know what I mean? So we don't have to have every villain every episode. We could have an overarching thing where it's exactly like Ian said, of having the Rowdy Rough Boys be like the main villains that they have, and then Mojo Jojo comes for the finale. You know what I mean? Something along those lines. That's more akin to what I imagine this is going to look like.
Yeah. Now, taking the so it seems like you guys watched it, right? I mean, you guys were into the show. I was, and from this knowledge that you guys have, I would assume that you were fans of the show when it was airing. What do you think? Are you going to watch it out of
Absolutely.
curiosity and nostalgia's sake, or are you going to just skip it and hold true to Powerpuff Girls that you remember?
Personally, I like all these nitty gritty, like the darker versions of all these shows. You know what I mean? Like they have that show on Amazon Prime called The Boys, where it's like the dark version of superheroes, and I think it's fantastic. You know what I mean? One of my favorite movies of all time is The Watchmen. You know what I mean? It's a dark it's a dark look on how superhero being is. You know what I mean? And I think those are fantastic. And then also, I have a fat crush on Dove Cameron, so of course I'm gonna watch it.
I'm not against the idea of watching it. I'm probably going to need to have enough people tell me to, though. I don't think I'm going to jump on it right away. I'm not a super big fan of anything that CW has really thrown my way. And I just have the back of my brain, tingle on the neck feeling that this isn't going to lean towards the more superhero action that we're maybe thinking, and it's going to be more of a Riverdale. Like high school, that this is going to be more, romantic entanglements and drama with occasional superpowers. But I could be, I am perfectly willing to have it be a good version of that or be proven wrong. So I'm open to it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna watch it out of curiosity's sake. I feel like I have to see it. I just have to see how they play it out and either be disappointed or, surprised. I would be the first one to say, and we'll review it on this show once it comes out, like, it was darn good. I was very surprised, or it was terrible as everything I thought it was going to be horrible.
Yeah, I'm curious about it too. And I was reading a paragraph here. It kind of reminds me a little bit of The Incredibles. So Bennett will portray Blossom, although she was a spunky, conscientious Little Miss Perfect child who holds several advanced degrees. Blossom's repressed kitty superhero trauma has left her feeling anxious and reclusive, and she aims to become a leader again, this time on her own terms. So I got like in the first Incredibles movie, how they're wanting to be superheroes again, although it was outlawed. Of course, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it looks like their lives got normalized, and they're trying to come back to their superhero lifestyle. So that might be an interesting approach. I am curious to see how they do that. But when Ian mentioned Riverdale, I was thinking we're thinking monsters. They may be just thinking how to get through college. That could be their difficulty. So I don't know. I'm curious to see where it goes.
The drama.